Masithokoze sithandwa sami ngoba mina nawe siceda iminyaka bari ngo lyrics tabira bira bira. This week we are in the Mercedes Benz CLE300 Cabriolet and we're gonna have a conversation. If you are interested in the Mercedes Benz CLE and would like insurance on it, click the link in my description box, which will lead you to the Hippo website, where you can compare and contrast up to 12 different insurance quotes. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, and just like that, you can see how much you'll have to pay on your new CLE. And if you are new here, welcome. I hope you stay. And if you're an upstanding member of the Maseve Society, thank you so much for the support. Don't forget to watch those ads because Kulavega Gucci and all that jazz. Now let's get into the CLE300. So let's get started with the exterior of the CLE Cabriolet. And the CLE for me is a beautiful looking car. LED daytime running lights, LED headlamps. It sits on 20-inch wheels with this multi-spoke rim, this beautiful gray color that it's finished in. You know, it's a proper little sports car, you know, a proper little cabriolet, you know, proper little drop top. Well, it's not little, but it's a proper car to look at on the exterior. I think I can't fault it, even on the rear. You know, it's nice, a cute little boot with this little protruding bum. I like it. I think it looks really cool. It's something so refreshing. We are so used to sedans and SUVs. So getting into a bit of a sports car kind of roadster, sports car kind of car, like a roadster vehicle, it's quite nice. I mean, we used to be in an era where these slatlas were a thing, you know. We had so many drop tops back in the day, but this is probably one of the few that I can think of that are still in the market. I think the Boxster, the Porsche Boxster, or the Porsche Boxster is a drop top as well. So there are very few soft tops in the market right now. So this is very refreshing to be in and very refreshing to look at. It's an attractive vehicle, and on a design on the design front, I think they got it very well. They did it beautifully. It's stunning. It looks absolutely amazing. And on the interior, you are getting very much what you would get in a modern day Mercedes Benz, right? You've got this AMG interior with this AMG steering wheel that's multifunction. It has touch haptics, which I'm not a big fan of, but after driving Mercedes Benzes for quite a while, I think I've now become accustomed to it and I'm so used to them right now. You've got this large infotainment system screen, this big tablet that's slotted here. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto functionality. Obviously uses the MBUX operating system, MBUX. So it's quite nice. I mean, this interior is beautiful. I can't fault it. One thing that I can commend them on is that the quality is significantly better than what you'd find in a C-Class. This one doesn't creak, you know, it doesn't rattle. It feels so good. It feels so solid. This is a great improvement from what Mercedes-Benz used to produce in terms of quality. Everything just feels so good. Everything just feels so well put together. And ergonomically, this car makes a lot of sense. I love the fact that there's a race center console. I have a bit of an armrest. You've got storage space also in the middle. You've got USB ports, USB-C ports. I love how Mercedes-Benz SA gives us a cloth, guys. They give us a little Lucilla so we can wipe the the screens. So that's very nice and that's very sweet. And then Hakibu Chum. Sorry, I'm not saying anything. You know, obviously your gear lever is this, it's similar to an indicator stalk, which is behind the steering wheel. Yeah, you've got heated seats, ventilated seats. You've got a Burmeister sound system, which is one of the best I've ever heard. I mean, this Burmeister is just absolutely amazing. You know, you've got these black seats as well. Guys, I won't lie, the CLE on the interior is so inviting. It is so beautiful. Digital cluster up in front as well. Really nice car, like really nice on the interior. So now let's get into the drive. What is powering the Mercedes Benz CLE300? So the CLE300 uses a 2-liter 4-cylinder petrol engine, which is turbocharged, producing 190 kilowatts and 400 Newton meters of torque, mated to a 9-speed automatic gearbox, right? And I think this car just drives like a dream. When we launched it down in Cape Town, I think November of 2024, if I'm not mistaken, I was just taken aback. When you accelerate, it knows what it needs to do. It's just, it's nippy, it sprints, it's such a beautiful non-performance driving experience. It really is memorable. It's nice on a daily. However, it doesn't feel much like a sports car. It feels like a cruiser. I wouldn't drive this the way I would drive, let me say, an M340i or a M440i. You know, this is obviously not a performance variant. If there was, maybe then my stance would change. But with it trying to be a sports car, I don't think it is a sports car. It's more of a luxury cruiser, man. It's a car that you just take out, drop the top, and you relax. Like, are we petanse? You don't go crazy and be like, hey, you want to do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds or in 1 second. It just wants you to cruise, man. It wants you to relax and say, brah, just wait, not take the wheel, listen to some nice music. It's a very serene, very comfortable, and a very, very, very calming driving experience, which I enjoy. It's quite low to the ground, similar to the Mercedes Benz C-Class, which is nice, man. You just feel so cool. You feel like you're just on top of the world. Like, you're just this person, like, yeah, man. You know, it's cool. It's a cool car, you know? But it's nice. I mean, off the line, it just knows what to do. There's no turbo lag at all. So power to weight ratio, everything is beautiful. It's like everything, how they've built this car, I'm so happy. So they claim about 7 to 8 liters per 100 Ks on consumption. So I'll put everything on the screen pertaining to how much I'm doing. But I think when you're in this car, I'm not expecting high consumption figures. Because obviously it's not a performance vehicle. Maybe, I don't know, like it's okay. For me, it's okay. I haven't really been complaining about fuel. And I find Mercedes Benz's to be somewhat efficient. But on the driving front, I think this is absolutely spectacular. I love it so much. Okay, so now let's get into the verdict. What does maseve think of the Mercedes Benz CLE300? So this vehicle is quite an outlier and an anomaly, right? We're in an era, or the market has now moved towards SUVs, you know, even hatchbacks are on the decline. We have very little drop tops and soft tops in the market nowadays. So this is one of the last of the grades, I guess. You know, back then we had a lot of them, and now they're few and far in between. And this vehicle is actually a pleasure to have and a pleasure to drive. It's different. It appeals to a different market. It appeals to a different demographic. So I think it has a place in the market. So when it comes to the pricing of the car, you're looking at around 1.5 to 1.6 million. And the reason why I give you an estimate is because, and this is something that I've seen with all Mercedes-Benz models, they report different pricing on all their platforms. The configurator has a pricing, the brochure has a pricing, the shop has a pricing. So I don't understand what the agenda is with that. But for the sake of this review, we will definitely put it at around 1.5 to 1.6 million. And obviously you can argue that with that money, you can get a plethora of performance vehicles, you can get a plethora of SUVs. I mean, that's probably X3, M40, or M50, the M50, the performance one. That's already extra money. You can get a whole lot of cars for 1.5 million. But I think this car is aimed at someone who has money to burn and just wants a car that they can play around with. It's like that sleeper car, like that car I just used to go to work and back. You know, it's not necessarily a car you can convince someone not to buy. If someone says, I want a CLE Cabriolet, they'll buy it. It's a niche product. It's like someone buying a Fiat 500. You can't convince them otherwise. You know, like it's those cars that you just go to the shop and you say, or to the dealer and you're like, I want this car, configure it and give it to me. When it comes to the rivals, there's very few. Only one I can think of, top of my head, is the 4 Series, right? I won't even say the Boxster, the Porsche Boxster. I feel like that's also quite expensive, but maybe we can put it in there based on the fact that it is a soft top. Hey, when I start stuttering, just know that there are cops in front of me. And here they are. Amen. Okay, will we make it through? Yeah, we made it through. Bo, 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 bo. But yeah, I think the CLE is beautiful. It's reminiscent of the E-Class for me. Oh, by the way, they have discontinued the E-Class Coupe and the C-Class Coupe, so this is why we have the CLE, right? It's a merger between the two. And it's reminiscent of the C-Class. Mercedes-Benz knows how to make a luxury product. They know how to make luxury. They know how to make comfort. They know how to make a car that makes you feel like, I'm rich. And this is what they did with this vehicle. I mean, the air vents have an LED strip around it. They illuminate. Ambient lighting everywhere. A great sound system, you know. And I think this car has a market. And I think this car is great in its own right. You know, it's a beautiful car in its own right. So, yeah, I'm very impressed. I've been impressed from the first time I drove this car. So, yeah, man, I'm absolutely blown away by how almost perfect this car is. There's nothing I can fault it on. We can't even fault it on the boot, guys. We can't even say the boot space is too small, because Lena, what would you be doing? Or you have a family buying this thing and then you complain about boot space. I mean, like, I'd be like, oh, come on, what were you expecting, you know? So that's why I say this is a very niche product. It's aimed at a certain person, a person who probably just wants to burn some money and have a beautiful looking car every day. And I think it's well done. So I'm going to give the Mercedes Benz CLE300 a solid 9 out of 10. The pricing for me is a bit high, considering all the other cars you could get. But the fact that this is such a unique product, such an individualistic product, and such a, I think in a way, introverted product. It's not a car that you expect massive sales on, like 1,000 units a month. It's a very niche and very selective product. That's why I say I give it a high rating. But for me, the pricing is a bit high considering the other cars you could get. But I understand if you opt for this. It's opulent, it's luxurious, it's beautiful, it drives well. It's just our Bajaj. I'm with you guys, Mardi Bajaj. There's this huge. I'm sorry for getting distracted. I'm so sorry. There's a pothole there, and it's struggling to dodge it. Okay, I am so sorry, guys. Like that Bajaj was so cute. It was struggling to maneuver through a pothole because the tires are like this small. Anyway, like I said earlier, the verdict for me is a solid 9. Pricing might be a little bit high. You guys might have different thoughts on the verdict, but I think because this car is so individualistic and so unique and aimed at a certain person, I think it would be unfair for me to criticize this very harshly. It's lost of the greats. There are very little cars like this in the market because of the SUV craze. So this was quite refreshing to be in and quite refreshing to test. And especially on the quality front, how they've improved the quality in this and the E-Class for me is absolutely commendable. So I think a 9 out of 10 is fair. What do you think? And that is it from me, maseve. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me know what you think about the CLE300 Cabriolet. Do you like? Do you not like? Would you buy this vehicle if you had 1.6 million rand at your disposal? So let me know in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Thank you so much for watching. Please do share this video with a friend of a friend of a friend, and tell them that maseve does really cool reviews in Africa. I'm joking, but please do share the channel. Thank you for 45,000 subscribers. I have not eaten yet. I'm going to eat after this. But yeah, I really enjoyed my time with the CLE. I think it's a proper car. It's a beautiful, beautiful vehicle. As impractical as it is and how small it is, I don't think this is a car you buy if you have like a couple of kids. You know, it's a car that's meant for people like me. No dog, no man, no cat. I'd live with this. I'd be fine. Ooh, I'd be fine with this. Anyway, this is a long outro. I'm ranting. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.